Alright, people, this is the solution to homework number 20, which is going to be on the coming quiz this Wednesday. Okay, so let's start with these are very simple problem. It's review for the first exposure to complex numbers. Problem number 2. It says we have minus 6 plus 4i. What are the real and imaginary part? Now notice that you can think about this thing as minus 6 plus 4 times I. Okay, the thing that's multiplied by I is the imaginary part. So I'll write it like this. Imaginary, I'll write I'll abbreviate it by this. Imaginary part is 4, and the thing that's not multiplied by I, whatever is added to this second term, is the real part. So the real part, or write it like this, is minus 6. Okay, instead of writing imaginary part equal to 4, real part equal to minus 6, we try to save some work by using this kind of a notation. Okay, let's do number 4. Number 4, as it's written, it looks like this: 4 over 2 plus 7 over I. I want to remind you that you can write it as 4 over 2 plus 7 over 2 times I, right? As a matter of fact, if you want, I can write the I up there, but it really doesn't matter. I can bring it, I can bring it in the front. So this is equal to 4 over 2 plus 7 over 2I. And therefore, let me right there. So the real part is this piece, which means 2 actually, right? Because 4 over 2 is 2. And the imaginary part is this piece. Imaginary part equal to 7 over 2. Do not include I here. Look. Do not put I when you write this imaginary part. Okay, imaginary part is you leave out this I and write the coefficient only. Okay, which by the way, this incidentally means if you want, you can write it as 3.5. It really doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So let me get through this. I don't know how do you get through this. Let me close that. Start a new one. Okay. So new. Where is it? Okay. So let me do it like this. Okay. Just 1 second. I'm trying to get a blank sheet. It was not working. So okay. So let me do number 6. Number 6, which says minus 1/2. That's it. So number 6 minus 1/2. Notice that there's nothing in here that has an I, and therefore we can always think about it as -1/2 plus 0 times I. So this piece, the real part, is equal to -1/2, and the imaginary part is equal to that guy. It's the imaginary part, okay? 0, okay? Let's do the next one. Number 8. Yep, number 8. Number 8, which says, let me see what it says. I root 3. I root 3. Notice that there is no real part here. In other words, we can always think about this thing as 0 plus root 3 times I. And therefore, this is the real part. The real part is 0, and the imaginary part is the thing that is multiplied by I, root 3. Once again, I want to emphasize, please do not put the I here, because a lot of people have a tendency to put the I there. No, don't put it there. Imaginary part is the number, the real number. This is the real number that's multiplied by I. There's the imaginary part. Let's do another one. Number 10. Number 10, it goes like this. 2 minus root of -5. That's it. Notice that there is no I explicitly written here, but this thing is minus. You can think about it as root of 5 times root of -1. And this is your I, right? So this is 2 minus root 5I. And I'll write it like this for those people who are still having issues. Okay, that piece is the real part. That piece is the imaginary part. So real is equal to 2 and imaginary equal to negative root of 5. Okay, now let's do the other category of problems. That's these ones, 12 through 42. It says evaluate the expression and write the result in the form a plus bi. See that? It says simplify and do it as a plus bi. Okay, so let me insert a page here. Okay, so number 12, something like that is written. 5, oh, I'm sorry, 2, design. Where's the eraser? Draw, maybe. Yeah, draw. Okay, good. So it goes like this. 2 plus 5i. This is one complex number. You can see that. And then 4 minus 6i. Okay. Now we know how this thing works. You add the real parts together and you add the imaginary parts together. Okay. In other words, if you want, you can think about this thing as 2 plus 4. This is adding the real parts together. And then 5i minus 6i, because these are the imaginary. These are the imaginary numbers. Okay. So this is going to be 6 minus 1i. See that 5i minus 6i is 1i, so minus 1i. People usually don't write the 1, but I did write it for you. So this is going to be, yeah, that's pretty much it. 6 minus I. You can leave it like this. Okay. Next one, number 16. Same kind of an animal. We have minus 4 plus I minus 2 minus 5I. Okay, so do it any way you want. You can simplify this thing if you want, if it makes you feel better, or you can concentrate better with it. This minus plus 5I. Put all the real pieces together. These are real pieces together. Minus 4 minus 2. And put all the imaginary pieces together. Here is one and here is another one. So it's going to be I plus 5I. Okay. So this is going to be minus 6, and this is going to be plus 6I. Okay. Okay, let's do the next one, which is number, let's take 16. Oh, we just did 16. 18. Okay. 18. It's going to be 6I minus a 4 and a minus I. Well, we can always FOIL this to make our job easier. 6I minus 4 plus 4I. Put all the real parts together. There's the real part. So that's a minus 4. Put all the imaginary parts together. This is it. 6I plus 4I, which is 10I. So this is minus 4 plus 10. Oh, big mistake. Big mistake, guys. Wait. This should not be here. There's no 4 here. When you FOIL the minus sign into this is going to be that, which means this is not going to be here, which means this is going to be a 7. There. 7. Okay? 6I plus I is 7I. Hopefully I didn't make another mistake. I don't think I have. Next one, number 20. Number 20. Okay, it goes like this. 2I times 1/2 minus I. Now remember we talked about foiling. It's just like regular numbers. So we fold this. So it's going to be 2I times 1/2 plus 2I times minus I. So this is going to be 1/2 of 2I, which is going to be I. And this is going to be a minus sign, a minus 2, I squared. Now let me remind you that I squared is minus 1. So this whole thing becomes I minus 2 times minus 1. And this is I plus 2. And usually people order these things so that the real part is written first and the imaginary part next. There we are. Okay? All right. Let's go do the next one, number 22. Okay, let's do number 22. What is 22? Okay, 5 minus 3I times 1 plus I. The foiling process is just like what you did in algebra. In other words, it's going to be equal to 5 times 1 plus I. So it's going to be this foiled into that parentheses minus, like that, 3I times 1 plus I. So it's going to be this foiled into that term, and then do a cleanup. 5 plus 5I minus 3I minus 3I squared. Now remember, well, first of all, let's do this. 5 plus 5I minus 3I is 2I. And I want to remind you that I squared is minus 1. So minus 3 times minus 1 is going to be plus 3. There's a minus 3 here multiplied by minus 1 there. It's going to give you plus. And let's do the final thing. 2i plus 8. Okay. Let's do number 26. Same kind of a thing. Okay. 26 minus 2 plus I times 3 minus 7i. For just like you do it in algebra. This thing, fold into that. Okay. So minus 2, I'll write like this, if it helps you, plus that thing, fold into this. I times 3 minus 7i. Clean it up. So it's going to be minus 6 plus 14i plus 3i minus 7i squared. Now, minus 6, 4i and 3i is 17, 14i and 3i is 17i. And remember, I squared is minus 1, so that makes it a plus 7. Because this is minus 1. Times minus 7 is going to be plus. And this is going to be 1 plus 17i. Okay? 26. Where is 28? 28? Looks like this. 2i to the power 4. Okay? Now remember, this means 2 to the 4, I to the 4. Now 2 to the 4 is 16, we know that. Now I to the 4, let me write it like that for you. I squared to the power 2. Okay? I don't want you to memorize a lot of stuff, so I'll write it like that. But remember, I squared is minus 1. This guy is minus 1 squared. And this is going to be 16 times 1, which is 16. Okay? Let's do another one. 30. And then the rest of these I'll do in a different segment. It's going to be I to the power 1002. Okay, so let me think about it like this. I to the power 2 to the power 501. But I to the power 2, this thing is a minus 1. So to the power 501. Now, if you take minus 1 and multiply by itself an odd number of times, 501 times, you're going to get a minus. You're going to get a minus 1. Remember, minus 1 to have an even power is 1. Minus 1 to an odd power, odd integer, is minus 1. That's what I used here, right? Okay, so let me stop this.